Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is October 10th, 2023, and Barcelona's injury woes continue as Gabi has joined this list. Also, it's reported that Barcelona are the most watched club in La Liga. And finally, it seems that committee of referees in Spain are currently choosing referees based on media pressure. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. And just a quick announcement that tomorrow I will be leaving my home for several days until Monday of next week. So I will be away from my YouTube studio and away from all my equipment. But of course, as always, whenever I travel, go out of town or whatever, I'm away from my studio, I do take my camera with me so I can continue bringing you Barcelona news every day. And it's going to be in short live streams, just like this one that you're currently watching, where I'm not going to be doing any of the chat section. I'm not going to be discussing anything with anyone, just really quick live streams just to bring you the daily news. Because again, I will be away from my YouTube studio and away from all my equipment. So again, don't worry, the Barca news will continue to flow. Now, having said that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the give back. And if you are looking to place any sports bet, make sure you hit the bet us. Both links are down below in the description. Now, let's begin with the news because with the news that Barcelona's injury woes are continuing because today seems that Gabi left the Spanish training early because he's currently during an international FIFA break, has joined Spain, where Spain are going to be playing 2 matches. And during the training with the Spanish squad, Gabi had to finish his training early, and now it's feared that he has gotten injured. Now, this is not confirmed, and Spain have only said that him and Nico Williams, which already was injured, are pending evaluations. So it seems that for now, Gabi is being put kind of on the injury list, quote unquote, but he will undergo medical exams tomorrow, and we'll see whether he was really injured or whether he was just suffering some fatigue or maybe some discomfort. Again, we won't know until tomorrow. So hopefully it's just discomfort, because if Gabi ends up being injured, then we're in really deep trouble, since we already have Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, and Jules Koundé all on the injury list. Now, speaking of injuries, I did mention in yesterday's live stream that Lamine Yamal has joined the injury list, where he is feeling discomfort in his abdominal area. He will be out for 10 days, which is not bad news, not completely bad news, because it means he will be back by the time the international break ends. So he will continue playing with Barcelona. But the weird thing about this whole situation, and I told you about this in yesterday's live stream, is that Lamine Yamal was actually required to travel to Madrid to join the Spanish team in order to undergo medical exams by the Royal Spanish Football Federation doctors, which again, it didn't make no sense. He had already underwent medical exams in Barcelona. Barcelona's doctors had already ruled him out and said that he was injured, but still the Royal Spanish Football Federation required him to travel all the way to Madrid, join the Spanish team, undergo medical exams there, and guess what? The Royal Spanish Football Federation ruled the same thing, found the same thing, that Lamine Yamal is indeed injured. So now he is back in Barcelona once again, which is absolutely stupid. This whole time, Lamine Yamal could have been resting, could have been recovering from his injury, instead of having to go all the way to the airport, catch a flight to Madrid, join the Spanish team, undergo medical exams, go back to the airport, another flight back to Barcelona. It makes absolutely no sense. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Royal Spanish Football Federation for you. Now, speaking of injuries, it's reported that Xavi Hernandez is set to call up on 2 defenders from Barca Athletic, which are Pau Cubarsí and Mikel Fay, since Jules Koundé just joined the injury list, and he will be out around 3 to 4 weeks after Gabi fell on his knees and he's currently suffering from an MCL injury. Now, as far as Pau Cubarsi, in case you don't know who he is, he's a 16-year-old center back who currently plays for Barca Athletic. He's a Barca Academy product. He came up through the Barcelona Academy, so he knows how to play the Barcelona style of play. He's a very technically sound footballer. He is known for his positioning skills and also his ball playing abilities. And to round them all up and make him that much a better of a center back, he's even really good in the air as well. Now, Mikel Fey, you all mostly have heard about him. He joined Barcelona in the summer from the Croatian League. He's a 19-year-old Senegalese center back who's been making a lot of waves because he has been impressing all Barcelona coaches. He's a defender that he's known for his strength and for his speed. He's really good at tackles, and also he's very good in the air. He's kind of like a smaller Ronald Araujo. And when I say smaller, I mean height-wise, because Mikel Fey is still a beast of a defender. And it's reported that Xabi will be monitoring both Pau Cubarsi and Mikel Fey during the international break. He will be watching them train. He will be watching them play with Barca Athletic. And he could call up on either one of them or maybe the two of them for the first team, because, again, we do have Jules Koundé, who's just joined the injury list. Ronald Araujo hasn't been 100% fit. So we could see these two players gain some minute with the first team. And in my opinion, I think it would be a very, very great thing to watch. Now, let's move on from the injuries and let's move on to good news, because today La Liga, or actually a third party who studies La Liga statistics, released this really cool sketch. And I will make it bigger for you so you can see it. But it seems that Barcelona are still the most viewed team in La Liga. If you look at this shows you the audiences, or how many people watched the match this past weekend. And if you look all the way in the bottom, we see Barcelona versus Granada, or Granada versus Barcelona, with 1,040,000 people who watched the game, which is 8.4% of all people who watched La Liga that day. If you look at Real Madrid, who obviously are the other big club in Spain, they, in their match against Osasuna, they only had 600,000 people watching it versus the 1 million watching Barcelona. Then if you look at Atletico de Madrid, the other big club, they only had 430,000 people. So Barcelona, despite everything they're going through, despite the Nereida scandal that they keep keep bringing it up, despite everything that the team going through, Barcelona are still the most watched team in La Liga. And of course, they are still the most watched team in the world, including in the Champions League. So no matter what they try to throw at us, no matter how much they try to hurt us, Barcelona are still the biggest club in the world. Visca Barça and Visca Catalunya. All right, now let's move on to the other more disturbing news, because this guy, if you don't know who he is, this is the referee who reffed the match between Barcelona and Granada this past weekend. He's the one who oversaw that last-minute goal by Barcelona get canceled out by VAR because supposedly Ferran Torres interfered in the play, even though the ball was way high up over his head. His name is Sotogrado, I think, Cesar Sotogrado, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason I bring him up, because he's the referee who reffed the match between Barcelona and Getafe, where Barcelona also did not get a clear penalty call during the final moments, which could have seen Barcelona win the match. So that's, again, a penalty call not called against Getafe, where Barcelona drew, a goal that was canceled out against Granada, where Barcelona also drew. So these are two mistakes that cost Barcelona a total of 4 points. Barcelona are behind Real Madrid by 3 points. So thanks to this guy, Barcelona are now third, where they could have easily been first. But that's not why I'm bringing this up. The reason I'm bringing this up is because when Sotogrado was chosen to ref the match between Barcelona and Granada, he raised a lot of questions because he had just reffed the match between Barcelona and Getafe. And a lot of people asked, how is it possible that a referee could ref the same team so fast? Because usually referees are rotated, and usually you don't get the same referee until at least midway through the season. And there's a reporter in Spain named Adrian Sanchez who started doing some digging, and he has dropped an absolute bombshell where he has uncovered that right now the CTA, which is the acronym for the Committee of Referees in Spain, are currently choosing referees based on media pressure. Now, what does this mean? As you already know, Real Madrid launched a campaign last season. They've continued with that campaign during this season through their Madrid TV, through their own channel, where they've completely continued to release all these documentaries, quote unquote, where they're exposing referees and how referees supposedly, always favor Barcelona and always hurt Madrid on purpose. And it seems that this media campaign is working because now the committee of referees are so worried about how they're being perceived in the public. They're pick and choosing referees based on this media pressure, instead of it being random or instead of being on merit. Now they're going through referee by referee, match by match, thinking, well, if we choose this referee, are we going to be seen as biased? If we choose this guy, are we going to be seen? Which is absolutely insane, because Barcelona are being constantly targeted for the Negreira case, where supposedly Barcelona influenced the outcome of matches, even though there's absolutely no evidence of that. But here we have Real Madrid literally influencing matches through their media campaign, through their Madrid TV, putting pressure on the committee of referees to pick referees based on this media campaign. They're literally doing this. This is not hypothetical, and yet nobody is saying anything, which is absolutely insane and just goes to show the total incompetence and corruption that's currently rampant in the Spanish league. Now, I do want to hear your thoughts about this. Please let me know in the comments. What do you think about this news? I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say. Again, I won't be addressing the chat section because this is going to be a very short live stream just to give you the news, but I would love to hear from you. So please drop a comment once this live stream ends. Now, we will end today's video with the shocking news that Eden Hazard, even though this is not Barcelona related, but still I think it's worth mentioning, has announced his retirement at 32 years old. And the shocking thing is, because he is 32 years old, that's still kind of young for football. Players these days with the advancement in medicine and diet, etc., they play a lot longer. Messi's 36, Ronaldo's 37 or 38. They're still playing. But Eden Hazard has announced his retirement from football. Of course, he was released by Real Madrid this past summer, and it seems that he was unable to find team. Not even Saudi Arabia would take him. And after not being able to find teams, he has decided to retire, which is an absolute shame, because Eden Hazard was someone who was very talented, someone who showed a lot of promise, but unfortunately his career did not end well. Luckily for us, because that happened when he joined Real Madrid, who paid 115 million euros for him, ended up not working out. Of course, it's good for us, but in the total scheme of things, it is sad to see a player who was so talented, so skilled, end up ending his career like this, joining Real Madrid, not doing anything for several seasons, and then eventually being let go and not being able to find any other teams, and now retiring at the early age of 32 years old. So that is all the news for today. Thank you guys for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for leaving the comments. Again, I will be out of my house until Monday, but I will be taking my camera with me to continue bringing you the news. I will be doing it through short live streams every day. I won't be discussing a chat section or answering any questions or any sort of that, because again, it will be just very quick live streams just to bring you the news, and that's it until I'm back home. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I do have the regular scheduled live stream. I will do that just like a regular live stream, but the rest of the week, it will just be short live streams like this one, where I'll bring you the news and then call it a day. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. Have a good night or good morning wherever you are. And as always, Visca Barça.